I'm going to do another video just to show you a couple of things. I want to be sure that you're ready for the things that are coming, both spiritually ready and physically ready. All right, I did that video, I cut myself. And when I did cut myself, and that thing bled quite a bit, I realized at that point that maybe my first aid kit wasn't going to be adequate. Because keep in mind, you're going to have 3.5 years of tribulation. And a lot of people are going to be bugged out during those days. In fact, I need to redo that other video to show you what's going to happen if you bug in and what's going to happen if you bug out. And I'm going to tell you right now, you'd be better off to bug out. And I'm going to share that with you through the scriptures when I get to redo that other video. But anyway, so I went out and I bought a new first aid kit from Walgreens. I looked around at a few, like Home Depot and Lowe's had them. They were about the same price. I think it was like 19 something, right about 20 bucks. And I liked the other ones. One of them, I remember, it came in a nice plastic case, good heavy duty, waterproof, but it had no room to add extras for it. Whereas with this bag, it did have the room. And I'm not sure if it's totally waterproof. It looks like it might be. I haven't tried it. And I have a carabiner on here because this thing, the pack I currently have, is relatively small. So I had this on the outside. Oh, I have ordered a new pack, and I'm just looking so forward to getting that thing. Oh, yeah. I needed that. One little thing here, one little thing there, just like you get the scriptures, line upon line, precept upon precept. That's how I get my gear together. I'm a poor man. So I just get a little here and a little there. Now, this was in there. It had 4 sections to it. That all stuck together. You can see here 4 sections all wrapped in plastic, help keep it waterproof. And I didn't want to open it, but I did because I'm going to add some other things to it. And I just did a video on my phone, which unfortunately didn't come out. All right, now, this was my old first aid kit. I never did break it down. It was all in here, other than there are some other things in my pack. Like when I did cut myself, I knew I had butterfly bandages, but I couldn't find them until after it was all over with, and then I found them when I was going through my pack. But here's some of the things that I had in there that didn't come with this kit, but it's all together now. It all fits nicely in that bag. I got some of this liquid bandage. I got a bunch of gauze pad in here. I don't know if you saw that, the liquid bandage. Okay, and I got a bunch of the gauze pad. I got this in case I get a sprain or just for sore muscles at times. I had the arsenic poisoning, and it's left me with fibromyalgia and other things, and oftentimes I've had to use those. That's why I have 2 of them. In fact, here's the other one, and it's going in there too, because like I said, all of this, some of these things in these events that are coming, they may not just be for me. They'll be to help other people. Now, I had a backup a cut-off toothbrush and some toothpaste in here. I do have more in with my hygiene stuff, but I put some in here. And I actually had a couple of razor blades in here too. I got some new ones that I'm going to replace these with. And like I say, these are the things that were in my little bag. These didn't come with the kit that I bought. Hand sanitizer. Here's some medicine in here, and a Band-Aid, and a couple of gauzes. Here's some soap in case I need to clean up a little before or after. If I'm all dirty, or I do have some gloves. I'll show you those, but heck, I may get blood on me or something, need to take it off. I have these couple of prophylactics. Don't know what they're doing here, but they were around. They're old. I wouldn't trust them for certain things. Another hand sanitizer. I also had, because somebody had given me a whole bunch of these at one point, I had one of these little dental floss things with the little toothpick. Oh, my Swiss Army knife does have a toothpick. And speaking of Swiss Army knives, it also has a little pair of scissors in mine. And I had several packed away here. This one doesn't go here. This is one that came with the first aid kit. Mm, yeah, it's not too bad. And it's got the thing here to keep you from, if you have to cut a bandage off or something, you're not going to poke into the person's skin to get it. So these aren't too bad. They'll probably stay in there. I had this pair in my little kit. These are small but very heavy duty. I like these here. Yeah, these are pretty good. But I have too many. I don't need all of that. Plus, I have a pair, like I said, on my knife. And then here's another little pair I had in there. So it's in a lot of weight, but it's gonna cut down a little bit on weight and a little bit on volume. And every little bit you can do, it's gonna be helpful to keep that weight and that volume down. Oh, okay, and here's something else that I had in there. I had a couple of these tongue depressors. Only to find that this kit came with two also. But these also can make great splints. In fact, that's another thing I had in here. Let me find that real quickly. See, I got this aluminum splint, which you can bend it, to if you need your finger in a certain way. And I use this. This was given to me by my mom quite a few years ago when I broke this finger right here. See that little lump there on here? That's where I broke it. And it hadn't totally straightened out, but it doesn't bother me, never have any pain. I just took it and straightened it out some, put that splint on there, taped it up. The company I was working for, they didn't want to go through workers' comp with it. They just told me, I tell you, I hate insurance companies anyway. But anyway, I wrapped it up, took some willow bark with me, kept that in my nail pouch, and if it got hurting, I would chew on a little willow bark, because willow bark will get rid of the swelling and get rid of the pain. Aspirin is derived from willow bark. That was the first pharmaceuticals ever made. And very soon now, I will have an herb channel, and I'm going to teach y'all a whole bunch of things about herbs. I'm going to show you how to get healed with God's medicine. See, you don't have to go to the doctor so much. You may go there for a diagnosis, but I'm going to give you the treatments. I am an apothecary. I know what medicinal herbs to use for certain things. I cure things that doctors can't cure all day long. And even some of those that they can cure, I do it with a much higher success rate. I mean much higher, and without the side effects, and cheap. But also this comes with a glove or two in it too. This came in the new kit. It came with gauze, a cold compress, this little thing of gauze, a little first aid instruction booklet. It doesn't look too bad. I haven't been through it, but I've had a lot of first aid, but could be good to have. Yeah, might need to look something up. Say, uh-oh. And now this kit, the new kit that I got, also came with things like a couple of non-adhesive pads here. Some gauze pads. Non-woven. Yeah, those are all non-woven pads. 2x2s. And it came with two 4x4 4-ply pads. And another 2x2 non-adherent. And this looks like some of the moleskin, which could come in really handy. If you're having to do a lot of walking, you get blisters, you're going to need them. Oh, and one more large, this is a 5x9 inch pad, a larger one. You never know when you might need those things. Also in my original kit, I had a bunch of band-aids here, along with some gauze tape. And what I didn't realize is that I had a whole bunch. That's why I couldn't find my butterfly band-aids. They were with a bunch of other things that was in my pack, some other first aid stuff. And also in my pack, if you've seen my video on that, I have a bottle, same size as this, old cologne bottle that I cleaned out, got a little sprayer on it. And I have one of those filled with rubbing alcohol, which has multiple uses, whether it be for disinfecting, cleaning a wound, or to help you with a fire. All right, also, in this kit, I had this little box, which has changed around since the last time I had it out. Right now, it's got, somebody gave me a whole box of these aspirins, like 1,000 of them in there. I don't need all of them, but I have a whole bunch of aspirins in here, as you can maybe see, along with some, these work really good, actually. I haven't had any in years. Alka-Seltzer, they work for upset stomach or pain relief. And heck, who wants to be out there with an upset stomach? You know, if it was for strictly pain, I would probably use the aspirin. Although it's not something I use a lot, I generally only use aspirin for a serious headache. It's got to get really serious. And then I have a bunch of rubber gloves here. And I have a whole bunch more, but I don't think I'm going to need too many. You know, like I said, but the tribulation will be 3.5 years. So you got to be ready. It came with a few Q-tips. Although I just bought some not long at the dollar store, which is really nice. I'll show you that when I do a breakdown of my pack again. And it's got a lot of Q-tips and cotton balls in it, and I like the box that it comes in because I can put other things in that too. And most of these things, even those Q-tips, I use them, you know, from time to time. But all of that, once they stay in my pack, if I need them, then I know where to go and get them. But I want my pack ready to go at a moment's notice. And I will get into that when I redo that one video that didn't work out. And I'm going to give you plenty of scriptures to back the reasons that I say those things. All right, now this thing also came with a whole bunch of different bandages, you know, Band-Aid type things, different sizes. It's got quite a few, even fabric bandage, butterfly bandages, all kinds, large and small. So those are good to have. And that's the one thing that when I cut myself and it kept bleeding, you know, I actually put that metal splint on there because it was very sensitive. And that's a finger, it's my index finger. Got to use it all the time. It kept banging on things, it would bleed again. Yeah, and I made my own herbal medicine for that. I don't know if you saw that video, but I use honey, aloe, and a little bit of golden seal all mixed together. And you can actually take that internally. Looks nasty, but it actually tastes pretty good. But it really helps to heal a wound. I'm not going to get into all of that right now and how I've used it and what those things do. But when I start my herbal channel, maybe I'll get into it. All right, also, somebody had given me this. It's one of these large patches with the lidoderm patch with lidocaine in it. So it'll help relieve pain. Let's say you pull a big muscle in your back or something, hauling logs or putting your pack on or off or anything like that. That'll take care of it. You know, help alleviate that pain. And also I put in there, I'm not sure where this came from. I did have a nurse stayed here for a while, but this is some saline solution in a syringe. I don't know, that syringe could come in handy for different things. So since I had it, I got the room and it doesn't weigh much at all, figured I'd put it in there. All right, this new kit also came with these cheap tweezers, which I'm not going to keep in here, I don't think, because these aren't too bad. But instead, I have tweezers on my Swiss Army knife, although they're not worth beans. I don't think you could pull a tick off you with those things. They're so weak. Even if you choked up on them real far, you could get them a little tighter. But these here are real good. These are the eyebrow pluckers. You know, they have the square tip on them, and you could get a really good grip on something. If you got to pull out a splinter, a tick, whatever the case might be, these work real good. So these will definitely be staying in my kit. Like I say, I'll probably take the plastic ones out. You know, every little bit of space and weight I can save, it may not seem like much, but that adds up, especially if you have to carry a lot of gear. Yeah, you want to have it not be heavy, but you want to be sure you're covered. Now, also in that kit came this small roll of gauze bandage, along with this bag, which has something for insect stings. You got a bunch more moist towelettes. I'm not even sure about everything that's in here yet, but that's what that is. It's, you know, stuff like that. Insect sting stuff can work good. You know, when I got stung by a scorpion, after washing it a couple times, I put some on, and it wasn't too bad for me. I don't know if the medicine actually helped. And then here's some more gauze. It's about 10 meters. Actually, no, that was the same one. And the other thing that I keep in here, and there'll be some more herbs in this kit too. I actually have some medicinal herbs in with my food kit, which is a separate thing. I do have food packed away in my pack, but I have a separate bag that's nothing but food. And with those two, I could go for weeks just with what's in there without having to do any hunting, trapping, fishing. Although of course I would want to do those as priority. But yeah, you're gonna have to have food. All right. Now here's one thing that definitely stays in my bag. This is some of the medicinal herbs that I sell. And what this is an immune builder. It's about 7 different herbs in there. I've seen how every time if somebody has the flu, which is a big thing right now, I tell people that it's going to knock it out in 3 days. And the reason I tell them that, because it does it every time. All you got to do is make 2 cups of tea a day and drink them down, and it's going to take care of it. Uh, yeah, I don't have much more here, so I'll just give you a brief thing about how that works. See, when you get like a flu virus, your body doesn't catch it right away. And now it's multiplying and it's doing damage to your body and weakening your system. And then once your body realizes it, then it's got to start bringing out its troops. It's got to start bringing out all its antibodies. So this is a probiotic. I won't take antibiotics. Antibiotics are very bad for you. Antibio means against life. So yeah, it might kill some things in you, bad things, but it's going to kill a bunch of good things too. It's going to get some of the flora in your mouth, and especially the flora in your digestive tract, which is extremely important to your body. So please don't take antibiotics. And what's a shame and a travesty and actually a crime, I would think, is that so many people, they get the flu, like somebody I just talked to the other day on the phone, and the doctors give them antibiotics. Those antibiotics aren't going to knock the flu out, but they're going to weaken your own system. And one thing that I've seen, the people who tend to get pneumonia a whole lot are people who've been on antibiotics a lot in their life. So I'm against antibio. Those are against life, and I'm against them. But I am all for probiotics. And that's another thing about this. Everyone in your household can have the flu. And if you'll just go ahead and start drinking a little bit of this, you don't even need the 2 cups a day. You're not going to get it. They're all going to have it, but you're not going to get it. And I could give you plenty of witnesses to that. All right, that's about it as far as what's in this kit. I do have other things that are in a separate kit, and it might be a good idea to keep them separate. Like I say, this bag hangs on my pack. What if something should happen? What if, anyway, I have some in a different bag. So that's it for now. But I'm just encouraging you to be prepared. Be like a good Boy Scout. Be prepared, because hey, whether it's a fire in your area, which they've had them twice in this area, whether it's a tornado, which they had one here a couple years ago, destroyed a bunch of homes, whether it's a hurricane, whatever it might be, you want to have some stuff ready to where if you got to go, and you got to go now. And when the time comes that you do have to go, that's going to be a thing like that. You may not have, most likely won't have, a chance to go back and pack and get all your stuff together. If you got it all together, boom, you grab it, you're out the door. Okay, that's it. This is part of my inch bag. Inch bag, I mean, it's a bug out bag too. But that inch means something like, I'm never coming home. So that's what this is set up for, and that's why I have so much stuff in here. And that's why my pack is maybe a lot different from other packs. And I am going to go do probably an overnighter or maybe 2 nights soon with my small pack. It'll be fine. I'll take out a lot of the things that are in there now, or I use a lot of them up, especially the food that's in there. And I have a few things in there I want to try. But yeah, I'm going to use that bag real soon here. This weekend or maybe before, and because I have a new pack coming, so I want to use this one while the way that it is, and then I'll pack the new one when I get it, and maybe I'll do a review on the one I have now, and an opening on the stuff that I have, and another review some other time down the road. But the big thing is, folks, be prepared. Be prepared spiritually, mentally, and physically. All right, that's it. Hope you all have a blessed day. Hope you see some other videos, especially my ones on the things of God. Those are the most important because that's the number one thing you're going to need to survive. And I'll have more videos dealing with that too in the future. All right. See ya.